So right now I want to show you how to put your grid lines, which is the first thing you will do in your working drawings. You must ensure that you have your grid lines. After you have done your interior dimensioning everywhere, ensure you put your interior dimension in and make sure that your dimension numbers are clear. Because if they're not clear, you are likely to produce that plan again. So because your client or the builders need a clear dimension numbers. So we're going to click on grid element. You can check around this place. You must find grid. Once you double click on grid, no matter the ARCHICAD version you are, just look for these settings I followed. Come over to your marker, change the size. This is the size of the marker, which is the size of this circle right here. Reduce it to around 6. This 10 is very big, so endeavor to try to reduce yours. You can maintain the font as 3.5. It is okay. If it is too big after you placed it, you can reduce it to 3. You can also change this A type to any other font you choose to use. They are all your choice. Any font you prefer, any font you want to use is your choice. So you can see a lot of fonts in ARCHICAD. Just choose anyone that suits you, anyone at all that suits you. Just endeavor to work with it. So I'm going to look for a font myself. So anyone I just feel like using, I use. So it's your choice. So after you have chosen a font, you click OK and you start. If you choose to make changes here, this changes here is telling you what depth should the marker start from and what depth should it end. So if you know the height of your elevations correctly, you can impute the changes. But even though you don't know it, after imputing, you can still adjust it. There is no props here, so I'm not going to make my changes here. So I will just adjust after imputing. So I click OK. So it's starting from A. So you can choose that your horizontal grid should be in alphabet and your vertical grid should be in numbers. They are still your choice. So I'm going to make my vertical grid to be in alphabet. Now when placing your grids in your wall, there are different methods or ways people place their grid. Some persons place their grid as their external line at these edges. Some place their grids at these edges, while some place their grids at the center of the wall. So some place their grids at the left hand side of the wall, of all the walls. So placed here, they placed here at the left hand side, while some place their grids at the right hand side, here, which is here, here, and here, while some place their grids at the center of the walls. So, and as we all know, the center of the walls are mostly common. They are mostly used in design. You can still work with any of them. It does not affect the setting out process. The builder will just have to follow the pattern you use. So, but for generality's sake, I'm going to place my grid at the center of the walls. So when you come to the center of the wall, you are likely going to find this thing popping out. If you're not popping out, ensure that these things are clicked. These special snap spots and grid lines are clicked. So when you place it, once this thing pops out, it's telling you that this place you are placing your cursor now is the center of the wall. So this place I'm placing this cursor is the center of the wall. And that way or method of finding the center of the wall is coming in between the middle point of this wall. The middle point of this wall is going to tell us where the center of the wall is. So once you come to the middle point of this wall, so this is the center of the wall. So anytime you come to the middle of a wall, you are going to find a mark like this, and that mark is the center of the wall. So I'll click and place my grid. So I'm going to extend my grid out a bit for external dimensions. I'm creating a very good space to place my external dimensions. So I want to stretch this also. So I've placed grid A or grid AA has been placed. I'll move to my next wall to place grid B. So this is mark also. I can follow any of those two methods. So grid BB has been placed. So we have grid C now. So I'm going to place grid D. Then grid E. So any walls you choose to put your grid is your choice. You can choose to put your grid on all the walls. There's no props. That doesn't mean that you're not professional. It's not true. So you can see that I skipped some walls, some short walls here. Because they're very short, I just skipped them. So I focused on placing my grid now on the longer walls. So they are just my choice. So anyone you choose to use is your choice. So I've placed all the grids on the vertical aspect. I will change it over here to numbers. Then start from 1. So start placing grids on the horizontal aspect. So start and place my grids at the center of the wall. And I'm giving a space here for exterior dimensioning. So I've completed my grids. We have grids A to H on the vertical axis. We also have grids 1 to 10 on the horizontal axis. So that is just how to place your grids. That is how to place your grids. So right now, I want to show you how to open an elevation, how to open the elevation and copy it and place it for printing. We're going to open the south elevation, which is also called the front elevation. I'll right click and click on open elevation. So you can see we have opened this elevation and it has grid lines. We're going to copy. You cover the entire axis and you click on Ctrl C, which is copy, or you right click and click on copy. After copying, you come to your ground floor plan back and you paste Ctrl V, which is paste. If you click OK, you can also paste using this method. So after right clicking, you click on paste. You'll come to the left hand side or the right hand side, which is the right elevation, which is also called east elevation. And open. After opening, you repeat the same thing. You cover the highlight the entire area, right click and copy, or Ctrl C. You copy, come to your ground floor plan again and paste, or Ctrl V, any of them. So I've pasted. So I've opened our elevations. This is what grid line does. So placing your grid lines are very, very important. And you open the back elevation, highlight, copy, come back to your ground floor plan, then you paste, Ctrl V, then OK. Then you have your last elevation, which is the west elevation, which is the left also. It's also called the left elevation. After you open it, you highlight all and copy. Then you paste, Ctrl V. Right now, this is how you place grid lines on your elevations and how it works. So I've brought out the 4 elevations. We can still work on these elevations by removing the down grids and moving the elevations up. So we can move these dimensions up. Adjust this up also above. Then drag this. You can see that then we'll remove the down numbers by clicking here. So I've removed the down numbers. Very easy. Then we can make use of fill, change this to black, and change this to white. I'll make use of fill to act at the ground level. To see a dimension of the fill, make sure that you click on show or hide trigger, show triggers. So to see the ground level of the fill. So it's very, very easy. So that is it. So I've successfully placed. Just almost done with this elevation. So we can now write under front elevation. Repeat the same process over here. We drag the elevation up. Then we'll move this up also. Then we'll drag this to stop at the DPC on the ground level. I'm actually holding my shift key to be able to align this thing very fast. So after this, I will unclick this to remove the down tweaker, and I can just copy this, Ctrl Shift D, and bring this one here too. Then under here you can write left or right elevation. Repeat the same process over here. Ctrl D to move the elevation up. Now drag this up also. And we'll move this. Then we remove the up, the down elevation numbers, and we are done. We bring the ground level also here. The right under here, back elevation. We can repeat the same process here. And drag the elevation up to cover or above the dimensions. Drag this too. Then we remove the down numbers. Then Ctrl Shift D to place a ground level here also. So that is a simple way of finishing your elevation after writing down here, which is called back elevation, and you are done. So we hope you are learning a lot, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe also to this YouTube channel.